A cold wind moves through dim streets, carrying the scent of rain and the quiet rhythm of a sleeping city. Street lamps flicker over wet cobblestones, casting long, reaching shadows. Klein Moretti walks alone, his coat drawn tight, his footsteps echoing through empty alleys. Each step feels measured and deliberate, as if the city itself is quietly observing his movements. Clutching the card left by Captain Dunn Smith, Klein follows its instructions to an ordinary-looking bar. Beneath its warm light lies something hidden. After giving the code and naming Smith, he is guided below the bar into a concealed mechanism, an elevator that descends to a hidden level. He is led to a lift that opens into a security company office. There, a clerk named Rosen recognizes him. The atmosphere is calm and almost mundane, yet an underlying tension persists. Without unnecessary explanation, Rosen guides him further inward through concealed passages, where Klein learns that Beyonder activity has been increasing until they reach a hidden Beyonder base. Rosen briefly explains the different types of Beyonders before sending him to Captain Smith. Klein makes his decision clear. He intends to become one of them. Smith accepts him into a special operations unit. The security company is only a front, used by the Church of the Evernight Goddess to handle supernatural cases. The role comes with risk. Losing control is always a possibility. To make that clear, Smith brings Klein to a graveyard filled with fallen members. From there, the discussion shifts to the origin of everything. Klein recalls a myth of creation, describing a being that rose from destruction and shaped the world. Light, land, stars, and even mythical creatures. Smith explains that power comes from potions crafted from mystical materials. There are 22 known pathways. The Church currently holds 4 Sequence 9 options: Sleepless, Corpse Collector, Mystery Prior, and Seer. Only the Seer potion is available. Klein is told to consult Old Neil before deciding. On the way, he narrows his choices, focusing on pathways tied to knowledge and mystery. He finds Neil in an alchemy room filled with ongoing experiments. Before making a choice, Klein is asked to organize documents while being observed. During this, Neil mentions a long attempt to decode the writings of Emperor Roselle, texts filled with unknown symbols that no one has fully understood for over a century. Klein immediately recognizes the script. It is Chinese, something from his original world. As he reads, he discovers information about potions and a possible connection to returning home. The notes suggest that Seer and Marauder are suitable pathways. Pulled back to the present, Klein makes his choice. He selects the Seer pathway. Neil makes it clear that this choice carries weight. Once confirmed, it becomes permanent, and there is no way back. Klein understands the risk, fully aware of the consequences, yet he moves forward without hesitation and commits to the path. The preparation begins. Each component is measured and combined with precision, processed through a controlled, exact method. Step by step, the potion takes shape, every detail carefully executed. The potion is prepared. Materials are combined through a precise process. As Klein drinks it, the reaction is immediate. Violent tremors surge through his body as darkness engulfs him, cutting off his senses until everything fractures into blinding light. His body convulses as it resists an overwhelming foreign force. Darkness tightens its hold, and in that fleeting moment, his very existence appears to be torn apart from within. When he regains awareness, the world has changed. He can now see auras. His spirit vision reveals the condition of those around him. He briefly notices 2 strange eyes, but Neil dismisses them as residual imagery from rituals. The strain of using spirit vision causes discomfort, and Klein learns that overuse drains his spirituality and may lead to illusions. A simple method allows him to deactivate it. He also gains the ability to perform divination and receive specialized bullets for dealing with supernatural threats. Later, Klein reports back to Smith. He assumes a new role as a clerk, responsible for handling documents and assisting with operations. This is accompanied by a salary increase, as well as practical guidance for his daily responsibilities, along with the promise of eventually becoming a full Nighthawk. Soon after, Leonard takes him on a case involving a kidnapped boy. Beyonders are suspected. Using the boy's belongings, Klein applies his Seer abilities. With a dowsing rod and spirit vision, he traces the location to a nearby house and identifies the exact room. Leonard forces entry and quickly handles the kidnappers. One raises his weapon and fires, but Leonard closes in and incapacitates him instantly. He advances. Sidestepping the second attacker, Leonard strikes his wrist and follows with a swift motion that renders him unconscious. Within seconds, both threats are subdued. As Klein frees the boy, something unusual happens. An invisible presence appears briefly, then shatters. The kidnappers begin to change, losing control and merging into a single creature. Leonard engages it. He reacts immediately. He steps forward and strikes, but the creature's form shifts unpredictably. Its body briefly disperses, avoiding direct impact before reforming in a different position. But the entity disappears. Klein tracks it again using his abilities. He senses the entity's presence despite its distortion, as the dowsing rod guides him to its exact location. The creature lunges. Klein hesitates briefly, then raises his weapon and fires. The specialized bullet disrupts its form, forcing it to recoil. Leonard takes control of the situation, distorting the surroundings as he traps the creature in a dreamlike state. Its movements slow, its strength fades, and it collapses into stillness. The threat is neutralized. The encounter ends quickly, yet its implications remain. Something about the presence feels abnormal, more than a simple loss of control. The space feels strangely familiar to Klein. Following the rescue, the investigation proceeds without delay. Leonard Mitchell begins to take a measured interest in Klein Moretti, observing his actions with quiet scrutiny. At the same time, an unseen observer deems Klein Moretti unremarkable. Later, Klein returns home, but something shifts. He finds himself once again in the mansion connected to the case, standing in a room that feels familiar, though no memory confirms it. A book appears, bearing a grim message, followed by the image of the Fool card. He awakens in his own room, realizing that a clue connected to the Antigonus family lies near the kidnapping site. The next morning, his siblings have moved into a new house. Benson visits and is surprised by the changes. They share a simple meal, and Klein receives new clothes for his work. As he puts them on, he quietly reflects on his family, recalling the past and the path he has chosen.
If you've enjoyed this so far, drop down below and show us some love by liking, subscribe and sharing. Next chapter will come out soon enough if not already, but for the meantime, check out our other videos on the screen. I highly recommend The Daily Life of the Immortal King. The link is in the comments section below. Thank you for watching until the end. Subscribe for more videos like this.